Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, a popular game developer has hit me up to make them another map for their game. At this current moment, the game has over 1,500 players, 4.7 million visits, and it's in need of an update, so we're gonna build the map for it. Here is all of the maps that we made so far for this guy's game. Today, he wanted a clan castle build, and I think it would be cool to make this map inside the castle instead of outside like all of these maps are currently. Not only will it be a nice change of scenery, but it should make it feel more grand as well. So here is our template, and I guess all we could do is get started. Now with this commission, there's not the most we're allowed to do. Everything is set up to be auto-generated, so you're not really allowed to build things in certain places, and that's why a lot of these maps look empty. If we go to this one, all of this stuff is automatically generated. Quest guide, portals, shop, leaderboards, machines, eggs, bosses, all of that is auto-generated, so we can't change too much and make it super awesome. But what we can do is start everything by just adding walls around this whole build, so it feels like it's actually inside. All right, main walls are added. Now we need to do something to make them actually nice, because having parts, well, that's not exactly nice. We also need to bring this back so we don't have any of that Z fighting, because nobody likes Z fighting. First things first, add easy textures. Let's see if we have any nice brick ones, which I don't think we do. I'm pretty sure the only brick one is actually bad. Yeah, so add easy textures doesn't really have any that we're gonna be able to use. I do have this one, which isn't too bad. However, there is white lines, so it tiles bad. I guess I'm gonna have to figure textures out before I can really move on. Honestly, I don't think this one is too bad. We do have to fix a little bit of stuff. Like this, for example, doesn't look that great, so we're gonna bring this one forward, and then we'll have to bring this one in. Yeah, definitely a couple spots where they're not gonna line up perfectly, but maybe we can use a pillar or something to cover that up. Definitely a decent texture though. Next up, I want to add some wood for color variation. So we're going to duplicate this part, and towards the top of everything, I am going to add a, we'll say 1 stud thick, make this wood, and remove its textures. And I'm going to add this around the whole thing. All right, just got the brown borders added on. I guess I forgot this wall. I'll have to do that in just a moment. Now I want to find some sort of nice cartoon-esque wood texture that can go on the baseboards of this thing. And I would say that works pretty good. Now we do have, once again, our Z fighting, so we need to make sure we clear up all of those sections. Now let's add some sort of a texture to the ground and then figure out this crosswalk slash step area. This is easy, guys. This one's gonna have to just be like some sort of cobblestone like this. A bit less stylized, I would say. This one looks really good. It is a bit too stylized for us, but if we turn the texture down quite a bit, or the transparency, it may work. We might be using that one. It looks pretty dang good. This one as well, let's go ahead and apply. That is not too bad. We're gonna put it right here for now, and then what I'm gonna do is go over like all of this area here, this area here, and I'm gonna add our wood accents to keep breaking up the color. All right, guys, I'm finally done with like what we'll call the outline. There is some stuff that needs to be changed now. Okay, we have gray, 2 shades of gray, and 2 shades of brown, but we really need a color pop. That's something this is desperately missing, and we're gonna do that with a carpet. And of course, it's going to be a red carpet, guys. I think I'm gonna duplicate this part, make it a bit thinner, bring it down, and we don't want any Z fighting once again, but I am going to delete the texture on it. Now we just have to trace the steps with it. It should be thinner as well, somewhere around here. Now all we do is trace these steps, and it's gonna go to where the egg would be at right down here. Unless there's not an egg in here, there's what I'm gonna do. We'll have to add some shape to it, because right now, not exactly fantastic. Usually you do want to avoid making things right on square. So let's go ahead and add some, a little bit of curvature. Let's see, let's bring this in. Perfect. And then we're gonna do the same on this. Let's swap sides, flip axis, boom. Now those two are symmetrical. And I have a feeling the fabric texture is a bit overbearing, so we're actually gonna go back to probably just smooth plastic. We'll keep this same red, and then we're gonna make an extra red on the sides. We'll just grab our building tools so we can do everything at once. Go to 0.25, line that up, and then we want this to be a little bit darker of a red just for an extra detail. I think it's nice to have two tones of any color that you're using in a project. It's just like the simplest way to make things mesh together well. Like, look at this. It's starting to really get there. We do need to add our red layer to this outside carpet as well. And already this thing is starting to come together. The next thing that we definitely need is going to be, I'm gonna go with pillars on the walls to really bring more dimension to them, because right now everything's kind of blocky. These pillars turned out good enough for me. I have this sort of red and gold aesthetic. I don't know if it's gonna work nicely or not, but all we could do is hope. Also, I think having them in every single corner might be a bit overkill as well. So we're gonna have to figure out how we want to sort of separate them out. I think we'll do the four main corners, of course, and then maybe just this corner here. We're gonna go just so it's peeking out of both sides, like that, so it doesn't take up too much gameplay area. Duplicate that to the other side. Not too bad at all. I do think these ones should come out a bit more. Go ahead and put this on one stud and just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better. After this, we can now add flags onto the walls. I think I'll just make them out of parts because not really a reason not to. Now, do we want this type of flag? Oh, I think this is it. So we could have this, or we could have it like this. Of course, you know, fixing the bottom. I just feel like this has a bit more like definition. So let's group that together. Then we're gonna duplicate it and I'm gonna scale it on both sides. Shouldn't do it that way, actually. Let me go back to 0.25. We'll try 0.5. Heck. We're gonna scale this back, scale it up, and do the same with the wedges. I guess it doesn't make sense to have it coming out of the top as well. That's kind of silly. So there we go. Now we're gonna copy our same reds from earlier for the flag, and then our same golds as well. Once again, important to keep this sort of central color scheme throughout the whole build. Something like that. We will make these kind of big. I think they should go over the wood. Oh, that actually looks pretty sick. Oh yeah, those are a huge space filler, which is kind of nice. We're gonna put one here and one over here, just to add more design to that side. And then we're just gonna duplicate the floor and bring it up to the ceiling. No, we're not, because it is a mesh. Once again, guys, I don't have full control over what we're able to do since everything in his game is auto-generated. So I don't want to add more work for him to do. Let's just duplicate this. We will turn off cast shadow so it stays nice and bright in here. We do not want the brick texture. I think we want the same darkness as the ground. So let's put that up. There we go. And heck, we might as well use the same textures and we just need them on the bottom. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad at all. We're definitely getting there. Once again, the space in the middle, all of this area, is gonna feel a bit barren because stuff will be generated into it. So the main thing I have to focus on is just making sure the outside, or the, you know, the surrounding area is nice. All right, I got stuck here for just a few minutes. I asked the guy who's commissioning me to make this map what he thinks I could add, and he said some vegetation, like some grass and stuff coming from the walls. Chandeliers, more design on the roof, and shields. So chandeliers will help the roof a lot, vegetation will help everywhere a lot, and I also have to design like a nice race door. Watch this editing magic. Vegetation. Hey, not too bad. Now, when it comes to making the roof have more of a design, I've always struggled with that. More shape to the roof. I have a couple ideas. One would be beams sort of stretching across, and then some sort of wooden design above said beam. But I feel like that would be way overkill, so we're gonna just put that one on pause. We might as well finish the walls by making a shield. Oh, for the Lord, please let me remember how a shield looks so I don't need a reference. This is a horrible idea, by the way. always go in with a reference, but today we're sending it for the boys. Let's add a loop towards the top. It's not the worst so far. Grab this, we will scale it in. Inset these faces, bring them out a little bit. There we go. Inset once again. Bring them back in. We want a really nice, like, bubbly type of shield. Then we'll inset them again and bring them out. Select that, piece selection. Now we got these two items, shade smooth, auto smooth, and there's somewhat of a shield. I almost wonder, can we bring the top down for more of a, yeah, I think that gives a little bit cooler of a shield look. Let's bring our shield into studio. Make sure to group that together and shrink it because it is massive. Then we gotta fly all the way over to our castle map and let's see where we want to put these. We could definitely go in between the flags. I feel like that works quite well, actually. Now, coloring this, I'm not sure. If we do the gold and red variants again, it might look just a bit bad. So let's do dark gray and maybe gold. It doesn't look horrible. We'll do it like this, and if the owner wants us to do anything else, we could definitely change it. Now we just add them around. We could do, ooh, we can definitely do like something like this. Great for two reasons. Number one, it fills up some space. Number two, it gives a bit more organic of a look. We can raise these things up, maybe bring them over a bit, something like that. Now we have a shield on each of these. I'm gonna lower these two, bring this one up, and I think having all different colors would be really good here. However, what those colors should be, I have no idea. Let's go ahead and introduce a blue and a red. Maybe clan colors? And then let's drag all of those down a little bit more. Okay, those definitely helped with the walls. Now we need to tackle this ceiling. Once again, no idea how I'm gonna add shape to this. All right, bros, I got an idea. I don't know if it's a good or a bad one, but we're about to figure out Archimedes. Here is the goal. Let's make this at a 45-degree angle, render it out once, then we're gonna scale it down, flip axis. Yes, there we go. Then let's do a 30, render, and then let's do a 15. Yes, that should line up perfectly. Then if we do 30 here, then a 45, and then a negative 45, or a negative 90. Okay, that definitely made the inside feel a lot nicer, guys. Now we can go ahead and add in those wood things that we wanted to add earlier. Wow, that really opened up this space a lot. I think to have this color on the top, I'm gonna go ahead and change these to wood. I just feel like that really breaks up the color quite a bit as well. Now we're gonna see if we can do anything with like, with these wood beams across the top. We're gonna make those a bit thicker, go scaling across, bring those down just a bit, and I think I'm just gonna rotate it to about here, rotate it again, and then I will just shorten these so they're not sticking out. Line it up with that, 10 studs. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Not too bad. I do think having the same texture on everything is not the greatest. So let's remove those textures and maybe lighten it up a little bit. Would gold work good? No, it will not. Fossil looks blue. I don't know why, but I'm not mad at it. All right, I just sent a screenshot over to the guy commissioning me, and so far he loves it. All that's left to do is add in some doors. So I took these from one of the previous maps. And then I also have this, which I think will pair up very, very nicely together. So first things first, I'm gonna stretch scale these a little bit. I'd say we'll put them about here, and let's do one door at a time, just to make sure they fit this map as good as they can. So we're gonna scale that up, bring it over, and let's just try to do a color shift to more of a brown color, something like this. Let's throw one on the other side, and just to add a little bit more to this area here, I'm gonna scale this in and then use Archimedes to give it a little bit of a curve. That is already starting to look a little bit better. We do need to do one more thing to make it actually look nice though. Let's copy these textures, and then we're gonna union these three parts together, and then just paste the textures back in. Now, as you can see, they are wrong. To fix this, we will take another part. We're gonna put it inside that part, then union these together, and then paste our textures in again. And now everything is perfectly straight, And this is how our castle looks. Not a hard build for today, and the client really likes the map, so I guess that will wrap it up for today. If you did enjoy and want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.